I have with me Marc Alexander, Rosemarie de Jong and Grant Magrath. Obesity in New Zealand, it is, if you'll pardon the pun, a growing problem. In fact, do you know that we are the third fattest nation in the world? So, whose problem is it? Do we expect health funding for people who are grossly overweight or getting that way, or do people have to take responsibility for themselves?
Oh, I think personal responsibility goes a long way, but also, I mean, young people are bombarded at an early age for McDonald's commercials and Burger King, whatever, you know, the cute little toy giveaways and things like that. Admittedly, they are changing. They're offering healthier options, but yeah, I think there's a lot of pressure on us to keep eating. And the meal, plus portion sizes too. They've done research into the size of portions and they're getting larger. They're getting bigger and bigger, especially in America, obviously. I think aren't they the #1 nation for obesity?
Well,
we're done okay to be #3.
But we're only a little. I was mortified when I found this out. I mean, we are what we put down our throats, and I'm not exactly twiggy. But Rosemarie, what do you think? I mean,
I'm staggered that you said we're the third. That's come as a complete shock. And then I was reading in your notes about it's costing the New Zealand health system $500 million a year. How is it costing the New Zealand health system $500 million a year? I mean, again, another horrifying statistic.
Well, associated illnesses, I suppose, like heart disease, diabetes.
Yeah. So, therefore, those people suffering those conditions, if they do need help, then absolutely I would encourage that we have system-funded stomach banding, whatever you like to call it these days. I think that's the new PC term. But there was an article on the breakfast show this morning on another TV show which talked about someone paying $1,000 to be hypnotised into believing that they had been stomach banded, and it was very, very effective. So I guess it goes back to mind over matter as well. But I don't see that people who have no control over their own diets and can do so with a bit of self-management should be looking to the government to fund an easier option.
You don't think they should?
I don't think they should, no.
No.
I think, we are responsible for our own selves, and it goes back to all of the issues we've discussed today. Accountability.
It is. It's accountability and the ambulance at the top of the cliff rather than the bottom, isn't it? Marc, you're a chef in a former life.
I'm a bit ambivalent in some ways, because while I think adults should take on the responsibility themselves, I think any adult that basically mistreats their child by giving them bad food, it's a form of child abuse in a way, because a child doesn't have a choice. They can't choose to, a 5-year-old can't choose not to eat at home, can't choose to eat alternative food. So I think that there's a bit of child abuse in there. I'm not sure how that would be a practical, policy option, but I do tend to think that individuals have got to look after their own food intake. And I've got to admit, this is part of the slippery slope of people absolving themselves of responsibility for themselves. I mean, recently there was this article of people because there was an accident skiing, that now we're going to have helmets on our heads for skiing. They're advocating for that, and skull and crossbones on wine bottles now because to stop people from drinking too much to excess. I'm sick of these people getting involved in our lives. They're trying to assert their individual freedom to rip away our individual freedom. And quite frankly, the people that sit on the fat backsides on the couch clicking channels and eating fish and chips every day and not going out and walking the dog or being too lazy to do all that. Look, it comes back to them, doesn't it? And as far as the economic argument is concerned about all the health costs and how all the other taxpayers have got to front that. Well, a good study had been done showing that, in fact, if people smoked more and died at an earlier age, they would actually be saving us money because those people that eat properly, don't smoke, jog, and all the rest of it end up living longer. And at the end of the life, all the medical conditions that come from natural aging are actually much more expensive and more labour-intensive than those people who suffer from being fat and smoking too much and all the rest of it.
Good case for putting the retirement age up.
The point that I'm getting at is that there isn't an economic argument. There is an individual responsibility argument, and I think it's on the wrong foot, and it's got to come back the other way.
An interesting case, though. If someone's really busy, like modern life today, we're all working longer hours and we have less time available for exercise and that sort of thing. And also with the pressure on you to get back to work, you're going to grab something that's quick and easy, usually unhealthy, and you're going to pack on the pounds. And I've seen this. A good example was today. I witnessed a nurse who was obese and was seeking treatment because of the stress of their job and the limited available healthy food options
Oh,
on the job
that's-
and
that's
the
Disagree.
time
No,
spent. and-
I live a manic lifestyle and I'm
Yes.
always
Yeah.
grabbing something on the run and I'm not obese. So I managed to live my life very busy,
Yes.
very frenetic. I don't have time to prepare healthy meals all the time, but I am still choosing quick options that are not fat and
Okay.
sugary
Have a look
and
at
nasty.
have a look at the shopping trolleys and have a look at what
it's-
obese people are putting into
Exactly.
it.
Yeah.
And you
Okay.
compare that to other people.
Listen, I want to move on before we go because we've only got a couple of minutes left. The French Parliament have enacted with a sweeping vote that the burqa it's been barred from being worn in public in France. Should we be doing the same here? Rosemarie, I'll start with you.
God, this is loaded with contradiction because I'm so opposed to women being forced to wear these things because it's totally man-driven. Take it from the archaic sort of religious societies, whatever. I would love to see women not having to wear them. That the reality is they're coming to, say, our country as a choice for freedom and for democratic decision making, and then we're telling them what they have to do. So I would hate to see that come in as a law here, but I would love to see the woman not forced to wear them, so I don't know what to say. I'm totally against them having to wear it, but I think if they choose to wear it because of their religious background or their own personal beliefs, let them wear it. We're not in a terrorist society, which is probably where the French Parliament comes from.
Surely when in Rome do as Romans do.
Well, it was interesting, the French politician saying that it's a great day for freedom with the banning of the burqa in public. But how is that a great day for freedom when the women aren't free to choose to wear the burqa? You know, that's the thing. Some of them actually do choose. And I know the Islamic veil, I forget the name of it now, but it's...
That is the burqa.
no, just the veil, just this headscarf, sorry,
okay.
the headscarf. You know, they choose to do that, and they're quite
Okay.
proud of the fact that they do that. So.
Marc, just quickly, we've got 30 seconds.
There should be equal rights. If the women are forced to wear them, so should the men. And good luck.
Well, thank you guys. We've got to go. Yes or no to the burqa? Email Mike Yardley here at CTV and we'll look forward to seeing you again. Bye-bye.